Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Ford F-150 losing its #1 position, how the Nissan Honda merger might be canceled, a brand new K5 Blazer that one of you needs to buy, how the Trump tariff will affect Ford and GM, and a new SUV that dealers are still adding markups to. We're going to kick things off with the Ford F-150 news because America's favorite truck is apparently no longer the most popular vehicle in the United States. Believe it or not, the F-150 has finally lost its crown. According to JATO Dynamics, an automotive market research and global automotive industry analytics company, the last time that the F-150 dropped to second place in the United States was back in 2009, which is when it was beat out by the Toyota Camry. Now, before you guys race to the comments, and I know a lot of you are going to say, no, the Ford F-Series was the best-selling vehicle in the U.S. last year, remember that we're just talking F-150. We're not bundling together every F-Series truck, which is how Ford reports. And it's fine that they report that way, but this segment of data is interesting. New F-150 registrations for 2024 came in at 460,915, reflecting a drop of 5%, whereas the Toyota RAV4 hit 475,193 registrations, reflecting an increase of 9%. Now, I'll be honest, this even surprised me, especially when you consider that the RAV4 is at the end of its current model cycle. So this thing is old now. Its next generation is expected to debut later on this year as a 2026 model. Now, do I think that the F-150 can retake the crown for 2025? I think it's very likely. It means it's held it for a long time. And that's a position that Ford doesn't want to lose, and I don't blame them. Now, the Honda-Nissan merger, I'm assuming most of you have heard at least a little bit about this, but for those who haven't, the condensed version, just to get you up to speed, is that Nissan has been struggling big time. Like, can the company survive sort of struggle? They've been struggling so badly that they're actually starting to look for outside help from other companies. Honda and Nissan actually recently signed an agreement where they could discuss a merger, which would allow them to become the third largest automaker in the world if that merger occurs. However, it now seems like the deal is sort of falling apart because Honda wants to make Nissan a subsidiary of the brand, and Nissan's not much of a fan of that. They were looking for more like a 50-50 partnership by the sounds of things. But the truth is that Nissan needs Honda, not the other way around. So if this deal dies, Nissan's going to need to look into other avenues. Will they make it? I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. This 1989 Chevy Blazer is coming up on the Meekum auction website. The guys over at Car Scoops actually spotted it. They made a write-up on it, and I knew I had to share it with you because this thing is like a time machine. It only has 21 miles on it. It is legit brand new, still in the wrapper, like wrapper on the seats. Still has the original window sticker. Total vehicle price, $21,853. God, prices have come a long way. And then look how clean the engine bay is. 5.7-liter V8, 4-speed auto. I'll be really curious what this thing sells for. In fact, let me know what you guys think it'll go for. Leave your guesses in the comments. We'll see who's close. Now, the Trump tariffs. And I'm going to be honest, I hate talking about politics, but there is a lot going on that's affecting the auto industry, so we're going to have to at least touch on it a little bit now and then. The new tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China, how could they affect us? Well, they could affect GM and Ford significantly, and that's because it would increase costs on vehicles and parts. Now, GM builds over 1 million vehicles in Canada and Mexico. I believe it's like 1.1. And if the 25% tariff does get reinstituted on March 1st and it becomes permanent, now who knows if that's going to be the case, but if that happens, it's estimated that it would result in a 21% cut to GM's earnings, which is huge. Of course, that is unless they, somehow decide or figure out how to move all the production of the 1 million vehicles to the United States. Now, for Ford, the estimated earnings hit, that's around like 15%. Same thing. That's a huge number when you're talking about the dollars that these companies are making. It'll definitely be really interesting to see how they navigate this if it occurs. And then more importantly, at least in my opinion, whether or not you actually see more and more production come back to the United States. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to be honest, I really thought that we were done with dealers trying to mark up vehicles over sticker, unless, of course, we're talking like 992, 911s, because although I haven't really looked at that market in a couple of months now, those things seem to just keep selling over list, especially any of the special cars like GT3 RS or the ST. But we're not here to talk about 911s, at least not this time. It is the 2025 Toyota 4Runner that still has dealers swinging for the fences. CarsDirect.com recently found this dealer, South Coast Toyota. They're out in California, of course, adding $8,000 in dealer added accessories. We've got door edge guards, an alarm, door cuff guards, and Cali jet paint protection. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that a new SR5 4Runner comes with an alarm, but even if not, $8,000 for an alarm, and then the rest of it, it's a total gaff package. Do yourself a favor. Don't pay over a sticker for a new vehicle. It is a complete waste of money, and it is something that you will really regret when it comes time to trade in. I'm seeing it all the time. And you're like, yeah, you're $10,000 upside down, sir. I don't know. We can't help you. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you're really enjoying this new format. If you do and you like it, if you just like the video, it means a lot, really helps me out. I'm definitely having more fun making these. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.